this Yapp session, anyways. Oh, Yapp session episode 6, take 1. Cut. It's me and you again. It's me and you again. It's me and you again. Anyways, let me start the beginning of the Yapp session by venting, because you know what, actually I'm so pissed. Let me flip and tell you my flippin' day. Been going through it. I'm so done with 2025. Can it end? Can it end, bro? I'm so done. I'm so done. Can 2025 end? Can 2025 end? I'm so tired. This year has taken its time. You know how when you approach the end of the year, you're usually like, wow, it's already, what month are we in? October. It's already October. I'm honestly like, when they want to end. That's honestly what I'm on. If I'm telling the truth, if I'm keeping it a stack, that's what I'm on. Honestly. But yeah, today I was like supposed to write my learners. It's the second time I was supposed to write my learners, and I didn't write it. The first time, it was because we didn't pay in time and the thingy expired or whatever the heck. This time, it was because I forgot my ID. This morning. There was a lot going on, you know. I was actually taking my time. I was in my mind. I told myself I'm gonna wake up at I'm gonna wake up, But then I didn't wake up. I was like, nah, it's at 11. It's at 11. I'll bath at 8. 8 came. Then I was like, I'll bath at 9. Then I bathed at 9. But I'm supposed to be there at like what, 10, and it's like an hour drive. I'm delusional for real. What the heck was going on in my mind? Honestly speaking, that had me pissed. That had me so tired. That had me exhausted. Because it's like so much of the world, so much like all the things that I want to see manifest are not coming to pass. Like, they're not coming to be. I'm not seeing them manifest themselves physically, tangibly. You know? It's like, at the end of the day, any thought, any dream, anything is worth nothing if it can't manifest itself. You know? And I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, why is it that, like, I can feel in my heart that I'm capable of, like, something, not even a lot, like, just something, capable of making something happen, but it doesn't happen. But nothing I ever want, like, be happening for real. You know? It just has me sad. You know? This year has been so BS-ical. Honestly speaking. Nevertheless, let's get into the topic. I don't think I have any more personal Yapp left. So, I'm thinking, I just watched this podcast now. Open Chat's podcast. I'm not like, ish. You see, everybody, people are gonna say, how dare you watch such horrible? But I watched it because I was watching a girlie's podcast, and I was like, oh, this podcast, low-key, I ate with that. Love to see it. Love to see it. Then it was like, oh yeah, we saw you on the other podcast. Then I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go watch the other podcast. Name shy or whatever. Like, I don't be watching people like that. If I'm being honest, I don't know where my time goes. I don't know where my life goes. But today my life went to watching a podcast that took me to another podcast that I only finished halfway because I'm not trying to see all of that. But nevertheless, somewhere in the topic, it turns into, for dudes, cheating is on some like is a physical thing, and then for girls, cheating is emotional. And I wanted to speak to that because I feel like when you don't address the environmentals and the systemics and the socials, it ends up being a thing of like, no, that's just the way we're programmed, that's just the way we naturally are. And I don't believe that. Anything that ends up coming to know that must just be the way we are, but doesn't have scientific proof, scientific evidence that yes, men and women are different in this way, I have to sit down and question. Because it's undeniable at the end of the day that we grow up in completely different worlds. My world never told me not to cry. My world never told me that expressing myself and being emotional and being emotionally intelligent makes me less of who I am, or less of a man, or less of a woman, or less of whatever. It's undeniable that we grow up in different worlds. My world has pink, it has makeup, it has emotional intelligence, it has glory, wonder, color, beauty, whatever you want to talk about. And their world, so I'm so glad I'm a girl. Yo, I could never, guys. If I was in that world, it seems so depressing to me. But okay, I'm sorry. Love them though. The ones who are cool, not the ones who aren't cool. Because we hate the ones that aren't cool, but we love the men who are cool. Love the men who are cool, hate the men who aren't cool. But at the end of the day, we need to come down to the fundamentals. The fundamentals are what? You may ask me. We grew up in two different worlds that turn us into two different people. So why is it that this world turns men into people who don't care about emotional cheating or whatever the heck, and care about physical cheating, and turns women into people who don't care about physical cheating and care about emotional cheating? Here's the thing, I don't know if that's true. Me personally, when I hear cheated, I think bye buddy. I think bye buddy. I think okay, that's it. But then again, I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm a man, because like low-key to me it's like y'all were just friends if y'all didn't do anything physical. Like y'all were just friends if y'all didn't do anything physical. Like if you for me, as soon as it's getting a little bit physical, I'm like, whoa, hold on there, buddy. Like when there's like, you can see that there's like a romantic sexual thing going on, then it's automatically cut the brakes, bro. Cut the brakes. You best stop what you're doing, And yeah, to me, if it's not physical, then is it even cheating? Is it even cheating if it's not physical? That's my chat. Is it even cheating if it's not physical? Like, the question, I think, was something like, would you guys prefer he cheated, like it was like a one night stand, he just went in and went out or whatever, or would you prefer he cheated like with somebody, like it was, you can tell he fixed the place or whatever the heck, like this deep emotional connection to somebody else? That was the question. And I thought to myself, I would rather he cheat for the deep emotional connection, because why would you give up a relationship just for one night, just in the spur of the moment? Is that how much I'm worth to you? Is that how much I'm worth to you, that you can just throw everything away for a night? You that you can just throw everything away in the spur of a moment, And also, like, it also speaks to like emotionally, like the type of person you are. Like, you clearly lack restraint. You lack emotional intelligence. You lack self-control. You just lack a lot of things. It speaks to me, it's like you're weak. You're literally weak. You're weak, And I don't like weak people. I don't like weak people, you know? Especially in the day and age where the narrative is shifting, you know, and people are becoming more like aware of these things and becoming more emotionally intelligent. Why is it that you still choose to do such BS? Like, if you cheated on me with somebody, we're like, okay, cool, no, I can tell. There, if you risked it all, you done risked everything you have with me, but you risked it for somebody who was again, I can even tell, gave you something that I didn't give you, maybe gave you time, gave you energy, gave you love that maybe you were missing for me. Then I would prefer that over you ruining everything for one night. You know, I hate both. I hate both, but at the end of the day, I'm not forgiving any. You know, here's the thing. The cheating to me ends with, yeah, no, buddy, bye, deuces, you deuces. So if you're gonna go risk it for something where I can be like, okay, cool, I understand, honey doesn't deserve him, honey should leave. Honey should leave. If I was gay, I would shopper him with this thing, cause you know what I mean? Like, if at the end of the day I'm thinking to myself like, okay, cool, you lost me for somebody who, honestly speaking, I would shopper you with this dinner for, then like it's better than you doing it for one night. That was my thoughts. That was my thoughts in the beginning. That's for me, my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, I sat down and I wondered, what is the chat when it comes to this? You know? When it comes to relationships and stuff. Why is it? Guys, does filming at night take up more storage than filming in the daytime? Or am I just tripping? Because why do I feel like filming at night takes up more storage? Because I made like a 15-minute video, took up 3 gigabytes of my space, and I'm like, whoa, hold up now, buddy. But nevertheless, why is it do men just not value the emotional part of their relationships? That, or do I don't know. Like, that had me thinking, like, why? You know, because even though I must acknowledge that I'm an odd man out, sure. And the truth is that for everybody else, Vela, it's like, did he smash? That's the question. I don't know. You know what I think, ne? You know what I think, low-key? This is low-key kind of weird. But, like, you know what I think? Okay, cool. Here's my now that I'm thinking about it. I feel like men have this thing, ne? No. Let's come up with a different conclusion. But then, woman, isn't that what a relationship is? Isn't a relationship a type of thing of, like, in some way you acknowledge that this person belongs? I feel like the belong thing is low-key toxic, eh? Like, I get the whole belong thing, but at the same time, it's like, they don't belong to you. You don't own them. You know, you own them, I guess, in the sense of you're in a relationship with them, but you don't own them. So I feel like it's a type of thing of, like, what a man is when you have a woman. When you have a woman, what you own is sex. You know? What you own is sex. And it feels like, and it's like, at the end of the day, if somebody else can take your sex, then you don't own that sex, you know? And if you have a man, if you own a man, for example, what you own is a provider or whatever the heck. You own a husband, you own I don't know, you own this deep thing. I don't know, honestly speaking. Look, I'm just happy for the sake of happy. But like with the man, it's like, here's the thing, I don't know about own blank point period, but at the same time, the own that a woman has is emotional. It has all of this depth to it. But men, and they don't have depth. They're shallow. Men are shallow. So at the end of the day, the thing that they own in their minds, the thing that they have come to acquire, this object that they own, I guess. And I guess in both ways it's object, but it's not the man is just a sex object. Or whatever the heck, I don't know. The object that you own is a sex, and to find out that your sex doesn't belong to you alone is devastating. Like, what? And for a woman, you own deep emotional. Women are so much better than men. I just want to clarify. Y'all are better than y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If there's men here, we're better than y'all. No, these conversations have me thinking to myself, like, I'm so glad I'm a girl. But anyways, this is a channel for everybody. This is a channel. Don't take it too hard. Yo, if there's a man in the audience and whatever, don't take it too hard. But I don't know. I feel like it's low-key changing, eh? I don't know. I feel like it's low-key changing. Because it's like, let's say, I don't know, why would it be like that? Because the thing is that, like, men who fall in love and stuff, I feel like they would fall in love more than women, because men don't have access to affection in the same way that women do. Men don't have access to attention and affection and love in the same way women do. So the only place where they can obtain it, where they can get it, is from a woman. The only place where they can feel this connection is from, like, a woman. This connection is from a woman. Like, men don't be hugging each other. Men don't be, like, lying on each other's shoulders. There's just the affection and just overall platonic touch and whatever. Men don't be doing that because it's considered gay. So at the end of the day, you've got yourself a girly. You found yourself somebody who you're in love with or whatever the heck. And so what if it's a facade? Because that's the thing. The thing is that you have the reality and you have the facade. You have the reality and you have the facade. Like, in order to be a man, the facade must be, I couldn't possibly be in love. I couldn't possibly have had an emotional connection to another human being that is like, dun, 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 dun. So I'm not gonna, like, say that the reason why I'm hurt is because she was in love with somebody else. You know, I'm not gonna say that the reason why I'm hurt is because I genuinely from the bottom of my heart loved this human being and she loved someone else, because that's not what being a man is. Because I don't know, I'm not a man. So the facade is I would hate it more if you got effed. But the reality might be that, you know what, genuinely, nobody on earth can give me love the way that you give me love. Because it's gay. And I would hate with all my heart and soul to know that you love someone else. I don't know. I honestly don't know. This water doesn't want to come out. You know? And then again, men might just be shallow. You know, they were raised to be shallow. The world they grew up in made them shallow. And so obviously they wouldn't value anything emotional within a relationship. You know, women were never raised to be shallow. Women have depth. It's who they are because that was what was embraced within them. You know? And so obviously they can value something emotional, and they can openly, on top of them valuing the emotional part of their relationship, they can openly value the emotional part of their relationship. You know, men are shallow. So obviously, and having depth as a man, you know, is frowned upon. It's like, what are you talking about? Why are you being a hun or whatever the heck? Why are you being a woman or whatever the heck? You know, having depth as a man is frowned upon. This is running over, but we'll go to 25. You know, we'll go to 25. I need to pee. Should I just end it? Okay, no, we'll go to 25, but I need to pee. We'll go to 25. So, like, at the end of the day, here's my simple answer. My simple answer is the reason why men hate physical cheating over emotional cheating is because they're shallow. And the reason why women hate emotional cheating over physical cheating is because, number one, they're not shallow. And number two, it's like, it's not expected of them, because that's another thing, low-key. Not even. It's like cheating is this thing, or like wanting sex or whatever the heck, wanting yourself some pussy somewhere else, is seen as a thing that's just a man. Like, boys will be boys or whatever the heck. I was listening to my mom. She said my name and I was like, what? Who's talking about me? I was like, she's saying nothing negative. Yeah. So, like, it's this type of thing where everybody, like, acknowledges this falsehood that men will be men, boys will be boys. There's no way you can expect a man to be monogamous. And so, they don't expect that from men. You know, they have this expectation in their mind that they can want less of them than they do, then want less from them than they do or from them. Like, you know, they can yeah. Let me just can word correctly. Oh, I need to pee. This is not fun. Okay, so there's this thing where it's like, because boys will be boys. You can't expect as much from them as they expect from you. You know what I mean? And so it's not really a thing of like they don't care about physical cheating. It's a thing of like they've been taught to expect nothing from men. You know, there's the patriarchal falsehood that boys will be boys and you can't expect boys to be monogamous has been ingrained within them from childhood. And so too, and it's also been ingrained within the men that like, I can just cheat, I'm a man. Okay, bye-bye guys, I'm gonna go pee.